Hey everybody, I'm Dan Bespris, the host of Fantasy NBA Today, Hoop Ball's flagship full-season fantasy podcast. We cover every piece of news, every mock draft, every rank list, pickups, drops, buy lows, sell highs, and every sleeper candidate all year long, Monday through Friday. Come check us out. We're Fantasy NBA Today, and you can follow me on Twitter for updates at Dan Bespris, DANBESBRIS. We'll talk to you soon.
The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Hoop Ballers! Welcome back to another episode of Today in Sports Betting. It is Monday, the last day in August, the 31st of 2020. I am with, not the man bun, but I'm with the Caveman, Devin Ellington. Devin, what's going on, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, I've gone full feral since. I'm harnessing my inner Lopez Brothers genes. So, lots of stuff. You're still in Mexico. I moved south a little bit from Kansas City down to Oklahoma City. So, yeah, big 2020 year just keeps rolling.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you got to fit in with where you're going. So if the man bun doesn't fit into where your current landscape and environment is, it's time to kind of change things up. But enough about our appearances and our locations. Let's jump into it. Before we do, let's give a shout out to our sponsors over at manscaped.com. They got the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. I love mine. Devin loves his, although he needs to start using it a little bit. His face and his hair is just out of control right now. But go over to manscaped.com. Try the Lawnmower 3.0. I love mine. You should too. It's got water-resistant technology. It allows you to groom in the shower because, hey, where else are we going to do it? Go to manscaped.com. Type in the promo code HoopBall20. That's HOOPBALL20 at manscaped.com. Get 20% off and free shipping. Devin, let's kick off with a couple NBA games here. We got the Miami Heat getting 5 points against the Milwaukee Bucks in this new round here. The Fear of the Deer, 5-point favorite, over under 224, shaded to the over minus 115. Any thoughts for you on this one here?
I'm maybe looking at a first quarter, first half under, just because these teams are really good defensively and they've played really close games, throughout this season. I want to make sure that there's no one hurt or in any kind of injury designation. I'm not seeing anything on either side. This is going to be a tough-nosed, hard-fought game, in my opinion. It's going to be close. So I like getting 5 points with Miami. Seems kind of reasonable as far as value goes. Don't sleep on the shooters of Miami. They can get hot, and then they can be defensive pesterers. So I like that.
If you like Miami, I think you'll be able to get a better number in game for sure.
Yeah.
You should hold off on that. But I like the Bucks here at 5. So if I can get a better number in game, I'm going to play it. I might take a little pizza parlay with them at minus 5 here. The over 224 kind of sticks out to me here. I don't love it. I'm not agreeing here with the minus 115 to the over here on mybookie.ag. I'd rather play the under. That's where I would lean to, but probably not gonna play it. But I don't see this game as being such a high scoring game either. So I do like your first quarter under lean or play there, because I think that especially in the first half, it's going to be a little tight. As we get down to the end of the game, you might see some fouls, some free throws that could push that game over. But I do like that first half, angle there. Devin, second game on the board, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are a 5.5-point favorite in this one, minus 115, and the over-under of 226.5. Man, this is a tough one for me to handicap. It seems like a really big number that the Rockets are going to be laying here. But, with the return of Russell Westbrook and the play of a few of those Rockets guys, I'm not I'm not understanding it. Let's put it that way. I get why the line is the line, but it just seems a little inflated here at this price, at this number. I'm not going to play it, but I would look to bet the Houston Rockets at a better number if OKC can go ahead and take a little bit of a lead, maybe in the late first or early second quarter there. Any thoughts for you on this one?
Nothing really as far as the side goes. What I think I do like in the game, though, is the over, just because, this is to potentially set up a Game 7. I think Oklahoma City is going to stick in it, maybe even be up at halftime, just because they're going to come out with a lot more energy, I think, a lot more something to, fight for, because this is a win or go home for them. But again, another great quality game. So we got blessed with the NBA slate. Looking to enjoy this one, slightly into the over.
Yeah, I know. I hear you there. But we'll see how it shakes out. But I do like the Rockets in game. NBA. What do you want to talk about next? You want to talk a little NHL or MLB?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's cover some ice.
Ice. Okay. Well, let's do that. Last night, I was a little busy on the golf course, but I did have a nice little 3-0 day. I didn't really update anybody just because I was a little out of service there, but I did have the Stars, the Islanders, and the Knights last night. So that was good. We got a Bruins Lightning game today, and we also have a Stars Avalanche battle. Bruins here are plus 110, Lightning minus 130. The Bruins have been a little disappointing right now. The Bruins have been a little disappointing as of late. Let's put it that way. They're down 3-1 in the series. I think it's a must-win game for them. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bruins at plus money here. What about you?
I thought that looked pretty enticing at first glance, and just to piggyback on their slump and what you said, seems like ever since the Tuukka Rask thing and his outspokenness about the playoff, hockey and the atmosphere, and then him leaving the team might have affected the team more than what the casual eye might have seen. But yeah, Boston Bruins plus money. You went 3-0 yesterday on hockey, so I'm looking to tell you on these. So
yeah, and then we got a second game here, and that's the Avalanche versus the Dallas Stars. Avalanche are minus 130 favorites here. Dallas plus 110, over under 6 in this one. Tough one for me here. I'm not too sure if I really like one side or the other. Right now, Dallas leads the series 3-1, so it is an elimination game here for the Avalanche. I think the Avalanche will come out strong tonight. So I might lay the minus 130 with the Avs here, even though I really like the Stars in general, and I've been betting the Stars and making a lot of money with the Stars here in the series. I might go ahead and roll back here with the Avalanche minus 130, bring this series to 3-2. Any thoughts for you?
Just two really good teams. So I think, the chances of the series extending a little further are pretty high. Like you said, at the Avalanche, at any whim's notice, they can go ahead and just score 3 first period goals. So getting off to a hot start for them would be important. But yeah, again, quality games on the NHL side, like so with the NBA. Yeah.
Let's talk a little MLB. I know you love the MLB. You're a big proponent of the Major League Baseball league, and why not? You've been pretty good thus far. So why don't we talk about a couple games here? We got the Seattle Mariners against the Angels. Barria on the mound for the Angels against Gonzalez for the Mariners. Mariners plus 130. Angels minus 155. Over under 9. Shades the over minus 115. Any thoughts for you in this one?
Yeah, so I actually really like the Mariners getting plus money here. They won last night, and so I think they're just going to kind of roll the momentum forward. And they're sending Gonzalez out, which he's pretty much their best option. He's been rock solid. He's got a really low whip. He keeps people off the base path and doesn't allow a lot of extra base hitting. And then on the flip side, Barria, he was a relief pitcher. So he's got a real low ERA, but I think that's a little deceiving because, he doesn't have the innings pitched of a starting pitcher. So I think he can allow some, pretty good contact to these Mariner bats. Now, Austin Nola for the Mariners, he was just traded. He's a first baseman and a catcher.
Where did he go, the Padres?
Padres, yep. Mm-hmm.
Padres going all in on this season.
Man, they made like 7 deals today at least.
Crazy.
And the Angels traded away Jason Castro and Tommy La Stella recently. So all I will say is keep an eye on all the transactions going on, because the deadline is wrapping up in the last, next couple hours. So that's going to fluctuate lines. So to the listeners, be diligent on that. But long story short, I like Seattle here. I don't want to touch the over-under. I can't decide on it, but I really like Seattle on this spot. They got a really good matchup and a hitting upgrade.
Awesome. Next game on the board, we got the St. Louis Cardinals and Hudson against Desclafani and the Reds. The Reds are minus 105. Cardinals minus 115 here with Hudson on the mound. Over under 9.5, shaded to the over minus 115. Any thoughts for you on this one?
I've got 3 thoughts. I've already put 3 bets in on this game. I went ahead and took the over just because Desclafani at Great America Ballpark for a career, he averages, I think, 2.1 home runs per start. Most of them come early, but he allows a lot of walks also, puts guys on base. If you want a fun prop, player to hit a home run, Paul Goldschmidt, he gets a huge increase for pitching or hitting against a righty. So I'm looking for him to put one out. And he's got good numbers against Desclafani in general. I like St. Louis plus 100, even money. If you can get the plus 105, that's even better. And then St. Louis over 4.5 on their team total. Again, it's all stemming to Desclafani allowing lots of dingers in this ballpark. So,
yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. And then we got another interesting one here. We got the Rays and Glass now against Garrett Cole and the Yankees. Yankees minus 155, Rays plus 130, over under 7.5, shaded to the under minus 115. Any thoughts for you here on this one?
I'm looking to back Glasnow and the Rays. Garrett Cole, his last 2-3 starts have been shaky, and if you look at his ERA, it's actually kind of high. And along with that, his WHIP. And I think what you're seeing is he went from a pitcher's ballpark in Houston and then maybe some other factors to the Yankee Stadium. And he's 4-1 still, but he's given up some early contact and early runs. So maybe looking at the first 5 over, it should be set pretty low, maybe 2.5 or 3. But Glasnow, he's coming off a couple dominant performances. He's a great power pitcher with deceiving off-speed stuff. Plus 125 with Tampa Bay, who's just surging right now. I don't see why you shouldn't back him. Aaron Hicks is out for the Yankees, or he's questionable. His calves are cramping. He's got cramps.
Oh, tough.
Time of the month. So anyways, that's.
I'm on board with you here. I think, Garrett Cole, even in his first start, and we talked about this on the prior pods, he did look a little shaky. So I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. I kind of lean Rays here at plus money, but I'm not a big more baseball than I do. So.
Sure.
We got the Phillies against the Nationals. Nationals rolling out Fetty Howard for the Phillies. Phillies minus 145, Nationals plus 125. After the Phillies got shellacked early on last night by the Braves on Sunday Night Baseball. Phillies are the favorite here. Over under 10.5. Oh, shaded to the over minus 115. Any thoughts for you on this one?
Just real quick, did you see the Phillies yesterday and how they almost come back?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah, that was crazy. Anyways, but Fetty is just, who he is. He's middle of the road. But this Howard kid, he's young with that 6+ ERA. I like targeting games that have a pitcher with a 6+ ERA in them for the over. These bullpens are terrible. Obviously, they allowed like 23 runs combined last night. So I'm looking at taking the over. Plus money with Washington's always nice. I think, with Philly's bullpen being terrible and them having running and scoring position and getting those guys in, having issues with that, I think that's a nice pairing. Washington, they've got some guys that hit righties really, really well. Juan Soto's just mashing everything. But Trey Turner, he's hitting 362, and then he's a stolen base guaranteed if he gets on. Howie Kendrick. And then also Adam Eaton hitting almost 300 against righties. And then you throw in Kurt Suzuki in there, serviceable catcher. And yeah, I mean, if they get a decent 5 innings out of Fedde, I think Washington can win. So another dog I like. I like a lot of dogs tonight.
Interesting. A game I want to talk about here for you is the Chicago White Sox against Minnesota Twins. Twins and Hill on the mound for the Twins, the lefty, against Giolito and the White Sox. Going to be a fun one to watch. White Sox minus 140, then Twins plus 120, over under 8.5, minus 115 to the over. I kind of like the White Sox here as the favorite at minus 140. Any thoughts for you on this one?
You know, the only thing that's holding me back from liking the White Sox in this spot, because I think they have a really good matchup with Rich Hill on the mound, 40-year-old Rich Hill. But it's just the fact that pitchers historically coming off of a no-hitter, which Lucas Giolito is, they struggle that next start really bad. So maybe Minnesota first 5 and then Chicago full game. Because, Chicago can always score runs late with the power they have. And then, and it may not be really terrible of an outing for Giolito, but I'm just saying it's a major downgrade for the pitchers that are coming off no-hitters historically. I don't have all the numbers, but it's pretty sizable. But, yeah, no, full game Chicago, I would definitely be for that. But maybe, make it a little fun and do first 5 Minnesota.
Interesting. I kind of like that angle, but I'm going to roll with the White Sox here today, minus 140. Sure. Another interesting game I want to talk about is the Padres against the Rockies. Marquez on the mound for the Rockies, minus 105 against the Padres, minus 115. With the Padres and all these acquisitions, got to think that they're going to come out guns blazing today. Any thoughts for you in this late night game here at 9:40 on the West Coast?
Yermán Marquez has a phenomenal home ERA and home, splits for being a pitcher for the Rockies in Colorado. These transactions for San Diego, it's just kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm not sure what they're going to do as far as a lineup. I want to make sure I can see, what the platoon advantages are before I put my teeth into this game. But, it's a game on ESPN. It's a late night action. 75% of the money's on Colorado right now, which I think is pretty reasonable. They've been struggling lately, but they're looking to get it turned around, and getting it done behind Marquez is definitely possible. He's had a couple of rough outings the last 2, but he's their ace. So if anyone can turn it around out of their rotation, it could be him. So maybe look for them to get a strong start. Colorado, sprinkle a little on the money line, I would say is my lean.
All right, and we got the Indians against the Royals. Royals 2-1 dogs here. Bieber on the mound for the Indians, over under 7.5. Keller on the mound for the Royals here. 7.5 seems like a low one here, but convince me otherwise.
Well, I won't convince you otherwise. I'll just convince you of a smarter bet. So under first 5, I like that because Shane Bieber this year is 7-0 to the first 5 unders, and Brad Keller. Up until 2 starts ago, he had, I believe it was a 28 inning, or it's 3 full games. Yeah, so 3 full games. Or I'm sorry, 23 innings of no earned runs. So he's capable of blanking out the Cleveland bats that have holes in their bats. But yeah, first 5 under, I think, is a place to go for me on this game. Money line, both sides, is just way too heavy. And then that number of 7.5, that's just it's low. It's really low. So I don't know if I want to go on that, but I like that first 5 under bet.
All right, love it. And I believe this is we got 2 more to talk about here. We got the Braves against the Red Sox. Braves are a $2.10 favorite according to mybookie.ag. Once again, if you don't have a mybookie.ag account, go over there, open one up. You'll get a 100% match on your first deposit and a free $10 MLB future wager. Just go and type in the promo code HOOPBALL. That's HOOPBALL and get that at mybookie.ag.
May I say something about MyBookie real quick?
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt.
For it. Yeah,
all right, so since I moved back down here to my family and all that, being around them, I've signed my dad, my uncle, and my Gmail up for MyBookie because it has the casino and like live races and horse races and slot machines and blackjack and all that. and they absolutely love it. So my bookie, I just want to say kudos because they have like everything for anyone. And I've been playing some of the blackjack lately, multi-hand blackjack. It's really fun. Just want to say it's pretty neat, and they do really good bonuses on the casino side too.
All right, love it. Any thoughts for you on the Red Sox at plus 170 tonight?
No, not at all. They're just so bad. Their bullpen is just terrible. But so is Atlanta's. But Max Fried, he could pitch a complete game shutout, or close, or complete game. Maybe not a shutout. Maybe a couple runs from the Red Sox. But yeah, no true opinion on this one.
And then the last game we haven't talked about is the Pirates against the Brewers. Brewers rolling out Suter against Williams for the Pirates. Pirates plus 150, Brewers minus 180, over under 9, shaded to the under minus 115. Any thoughts for you on this one? I kind of lean Pirates here at plus money.
Lean Pirates. Yeah, that's not a bad look. The Pirates play the Brewers really well, specifically this year. But, Williams on the mound for the Pirates, I think that's a vulnerability. I'm maybe looking at the Brewers team total over. They just get a really good upgrade as far as right-handed hitting. And as far as, Christian Yelich goes, he's starting to heat up a little bit, finally. And it looks like the Brewers team total, never mind. It's 5. I was thinking if I could get maybe 4, 3.5, 4. But 5 is a lot. So, yeah, other than that, no true opinion on it. It's just kind of a wash game to me.
Yeah, kind of leading Pirates here. Anyways, that's all the time we have for the day, Devin. As always, the viewers and the listeners can go ahead and find us on Twitter. I'm at Ira Silver Magic. Devin's at DALE007. We are at Hoopball Gaming. That's a hoop-ball.com presentation. You can follow along our picks on Twitter. You reach out with any questions, concerns, whatever answers to anything you heard on the podcast today. Once again, at Ira Silver Magic at DALE007. This is a hoop ball presentation, hoop-ball.com. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.